think that was a big thing, is because she was like so obsessed with like the Jedi are the bad guys in this one. Jedi are the bad guys. Jedi are the bad guys. And by the end of it, other than Vanestra's character, she's like the only shitty character really to cover up everything and blame everything on Soul. Like she's a piece of shit. Like she's a bad person.
I would agree. Right.
The rest of them, to me,
like the stuff they did was justified.
Well, yeah, like nothing they did was necessarily wrong. Unfortunate.
Yeah.
And maybe.
Or a bad consequence.
Yeah, bad consequences. Maybe a couple of rushed decisions.
Yeah.
I think. But everything they did was justified as a Jedi, as the position as you are in this galaxy.
Yeah.
I don't think any of them did anything necessarily wrong. Unfortunate outcome.
Sure.
Unfortunate consequences. But I don't like for Torben. Like Torben's character to me was like, this kid wanted.
What did he do?
What did he do wrong? This kid wanted to go home.
Yeah. Which I thought was really dumb.
Yeah.
By the way.
Right.
Like, you're training to be a Jedi and you wanna go home? Like what are you
talking about, man?
Like,
this is your job.
Yeah.
That's what you're training for.
Your job is to go and do stuff. You're gonna be somewhere, and that was the whole point of his character. That
was the dilemma.
Like that was his dilemma. That was his weakness. And then he wanted to go home. Like,
and then when when the witch gets in his mind and is like, what are your true desires? I want to go home.
Like that's your true desire.
That's your effing.
Why are you here?
That's such a vanilla problem to have. It's such a like first world problem.
I was just about to say that too. A friend of mine at work was saying that. Man, he said, "I love hearing about people having first world problems. Like, oh, my Facebook's not working." It's like,
Like that's what that was.
Is a first world problem.
I don't care about your problems in this context, and also B, what are you guilty about? Like what? Like you? So him running off to go to the thing. It's like, oh, we just need to get proof. You have the proof, and the council told you to come home.
Yeah,
go home. You got what you wanted. Like if your whole thing is I want to go home, council says, okay, we got the proof. You guys come home.
Right.
Why did he race off to the fucking thing? That didn't make
Why
sense.
did he race off? Period.
Yeah. Why?
Like, dude, listen.
Yeah. What?
Do what you're told. No one told you to run off and half cock, do what you want to do.
Exactly. Yeah.
It makes no sense.
No sense
at
all.
It makes no sense.
Yeah. And then he gets there, and then he really all he does is get beat up by Kanaka, who's under the spell. Yeah. Like what are you guilty about, dude?
Right.
Like what do you feel so bad about that you have to go into the whatever that's called stasis? And then drink poison and kill yourself. What do you feel bad about?
You're right. And how have you not gotten over it in 16 years?
Yeah.
Like, okay, so maybe he felt bad that, oh man, if I had, maybe his thinking was if I hadn't rushed off, maybe none of this would have happened.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm trying to, man, help me help you kind of thing.
Right.
I'm trying to find a way to make it work, but.
Yeah, because for him to like drink poison to kill himself, I was like, oh man, he did something fucked up,
right?
And he was like the lead. He was like
he was the biggest
innocent one. Yeah,
he was the biggest victim of all.
Yeah,
this.
I feel like he did nothing wrong. I mean, maybe Kilnaka because he was just possessed. That wasn't his fault either.
Yeah,
but like literally nothing. This guy did nothing wrong. And even on top of that, like none of them really.
Yeah, none of them did. I mean, and the fact that and I guess maybe their force powers are maybe they're not as developed or they're different than the Jedi. The fact that maybe they can't necessarily fight the way the Jedi can.
Yeah,
that takes some sort of like martial training, obviously.
Yeah.
So they all got together to take over the mind of a Jedi, and then when that link was cut, they all dropped and died.
Yeah,
it's like, well, one, maybe don't do that.
Yeah, if that was
if it makes you all that vulnerable.
Yeah,
don't do it.
Yeah,
and then maybe talking about like the Force, talking about it's a thread and. You pull it and it does this. You don't use it to control. It's like, well, you're doing that right now.
You're wielding it. And
you're wielding
using it to control.
Yeah, you're using it to make this dude fight his friends. You took over his mind. You got him amped up and you got him, trying to kill his friends.
Yeah,
that's not cool. So why they're not supposed to defend themselves?
Yeah, right. And then Trinity comes in, severs that tie. They all die. And they all drop. And then so, all right, I mean, one, I don't think Trinity knew that was going to happen. Probably didn't know that was going to happen, right? Because they don't know who these people are and what their abilities are.
Yeah.
So what was the? I mean, what really? What? Because like, and then they're like, okay, we can't tell the council what happened. You know, we had to lie about it. Why? What? This was all the facts are right here.
Right.
Everyone's gonna be like, oh, okay, well, you were doing your job.
Yeah.
This happened.
I mean, unless
they're
gonna say something stupid like, well, you know what you should have done? You should have killed Konaka. That's what you should have done.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, because he's innocent. As far as I'm concerned, he was innocent in that situation as well because he was controlled by them. I think they had every right to do what they did.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think with this show too, and something to consider, I don't think there were any real Jedi in this show. Like, there were no Jedis in this show. If a Jedi is supposed to be honest, and again, maybe that's the point they're trying to make.
Yeah.
That, you know, you're quote unquote human, you're infallible, you're not perfect, blah, blah, blah. But again, I think it kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier about within the confines of the story. I think the Jedi have a certain role to play, and not everyone needs to be necessarily perfect. But I certainly wouldn't say like all of them were not following the tenets of being a
they're
Jedi.
They're all emotional.
Yeah,
they're
all super
not
emotional,
balanced
right?
At all in any way. Yeah,
and just like lying for no good reason. So if you have a priest or a monk that is supposed to be, you know, chaste, giving, and honest, and they're out there fooling around, stealing from people, and lying to everybody, is that a monk? Is that a priest? Just because they have that title, are they still a priest? Are they still a monk? Are they still a Jedi? Every Jedi in this was so un-Jedi-like. I mean, I don't know. We never heard Konaka talk, so maybe not him. I don't know, but everybody else was. They were really kind of garbage. They were not good at their jobs. They were terrible at it. So again, if you want to write a story where everybody's a piece of shit, and then I don't get the ending of this at all. Like, are we supposed to?
Who are we supposed to? Yeah, like who are we supposed to feel good about and bad about?
I don't feel good about anything in this. Like, I mean, was that the point? That we're not supposed to feel good about anything?
No. I think like what she was trying to do was make this Osha character the protagonist, the good guy. Like, and this is her triumph. She wrote, I think she said that on an actual podcast. She was like, "You're supposed to focus on the triumph of Osha." What's the triumph? What? No, she's a piece of shit too.
Yeah, big time. She killed her teacher.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. At first, she says, "Turn yourself in." I mean, turn yourself in. You should have done that a long time ago. You should have been like, not even turn yourself in. Like, here's what happened. You should have done that a long time ago. So then she's like, turn yourself in, and then like not even 5 minutes later, she's like, okay, never mind, I'm just gonna kill you.
Yeah, I'm gonna force choke you.
I'm just gonna force choke you to death. Kind of thing.
Yeah, and then
So it's weird because I mean, again, and it's under different circumstances, like you're saying, like there was some potential it could have been there, like the sisters end up switching, right? May starts off, you know, quote unquote dark side.
Well, May flip flops like 4 times.
So, I know.
For
she's
no
like,
reason
turn
at
myself
all.
in.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn myself in. I'm my allegiance is my sister, and then like she sees her sister. Oh, they brainwash you. We need to kill a Jedi again. Like, flip flop the fucking movie. That was horrible. But anyway, but they do switch overall though. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they do kind of they do that switch, and you know, Osha comes into her power, I suppose. She's been incredibly weak the whole time. Like, it's almost like one of those things, like you think she doesn't have the power. I don't know if she ever became a Jedi. I know it seemed like they kind of said she did. Was she a Padawan?
Yeah.
I mean, when did she leave? Did she actually become a Jedi Knight and then she decided to leave?
I don't think so. I don't think she passed the training.
It seemed like exactly. She didn't pass the training. So you know, at one point they were calling her a Jedi. But so they do have this thing where they switch at the end of it, where I guess May gets a clean start or a clean slate.
Not really though, because she leaves him there with the Jedi.
Yeah, I mean, but they wiped her mind, so I think they think she's May, right? Or no? Or do they think? Or no? Do they think she's Osha? They know she's May. That's right. She's got the tattoo, so they know she's May.
I mean, tattoos. I don't know how anybody didn't see that the whole time.
Yeah. It's all you should have picked up on that.
No, it was, no. And the ending was horrible. And I mean, like, I don't know why she couldn't just go with him. Like,
that's the other thing too. Like, why do the whole mind wipe thing? Let's all just get on a ship and leave.
The ship's over here.
Yeah,
let's all jump on it.
Let's just all get on it.
They already don't know where we're at,
right?
So it doesn't matter if we take you or not.
And I didn't understand why it had to be, why Osha had to be the acolyte or the pupil. Why couldn't it have been May? I didn't rewatch it. Maybe I missed it. Yeah. I'm like honestly asking.
No,
like,
I don't know. I
don't know either.
I don't have an answer. Yeah.
Like for whatever reason, like, it turned out Osha had to be the one that he had to take because she's like, I'll go with you to, do whatever. It's like,
yeah, I'll willingly be your,
yeah. But he should have been like, no, I already got one. I got May. So, jog on.
Yeah.
So yeah, why not take them both? Like drop one of them off somewhere, or maybe train them both. If you really want to be like a Sith, or you really want to be a badass, say screw the rules.
Yeah.
Say the rule of two or whatever it is, or maybe the Jedi say that or whatever.
I don't even know if that. It doesn't seem like it's established. I mean, I don't know who. Sorry, I don't know who establishes the rule of two.
Yeah.
In this universe.
Oh yeah, maybe it's not a thing.
I'm not sure if it's established yet at this point, or I mean, I don't even think Kamir is the main Sith.
Yeah.
Obviously you see Plagueis at the in that one scene.
Like creeping around.
Yeah. Well, I'll get into that in a second. But yeah,
don't you worry.
Yeah, but I don't know what. And so it was like trying. I don't know. They're trying to do this emotional scene to make us feel something. Yeah, and I was like, I don't understand this. This is like, it's like first world problems.
Yeah,
like you want us to cry about something that doesn't even feel that bad.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, like take her with you.
Right, like
what's the difference?
Yeah, when they were doing that whole mind wipe thing, they were trying to they were trying to force an emotional response out of the audience or whatever. And I don't know if somebody might have
maybe,
and I don't say enjoyed it, but somebody might have gotten they might have felt it.
Yeah.
I didn't. It felt like you don't have to do that. So why are you doing it?
So why are you doing it? Exactly. Right. So yeah, you're trying to create your own problems for you.
Yeah.
And it gets to feel bad about it.
Yeah. Like I said, they're trying to force that emotion. Out of the audience, which it isn't cool. Yeah. Work. If you don't. If you're not doing it naturally. Then.
Yeah. It's like it's a manufactured problem. Like you took a shit and stepped in it. Your fault.
Yeah, that's on you.
It's all on you, man. Yeah, so
that ending was so weird. It was so.
I felt nothing.
Yeah, and I'm like, how am I? What am I supposed to be thinking right now? Like to see Osha and Kyron, whoever his name is, Kamir, sitting there holding hands for whatever reason.
Yeah,
they're sitting there together. I'm like, am I supposed to be? What am I supposed to be excited about? What
comes next with you guys? What comes
next? Yeah, Yeah, super odd.
No, it's horrible, man. That, and I think just overall with that stuff, like it was just like it wasn't thought out. Like the writing was not thought out, man. They didn't plan ABC. They didn't plan how these things were going to connect.
Yeah,
they didn't plan the characters' motivations. Like I was pretty like dumbfounded with like Kamir when he's like, well, what do you want? He's like, I'm what you would call a Sith. He's like, well, what do you want? He's like, I want my own apprentice, and I want to wield my power the way I want with freedom. I was like, so you want the freedom to be evil, and to kill 8 or 10 Jedi and do what you want without the Jedi telling you can't do that?
Yeah,
that's like freaking. That'd be like if Jeffrey Dahmer was like, well, what do you want, Jeffrey? I want the freedom to kill and eat people. No, that's wrong.
We don't like that.
That is a wrong thing. You don't get to want that. You don't get to have that because that's wrong.
Yeah.
So this guy's like, I want the power to wield. I don't want to be told how to wield my power. So you don't want to be told that you can't murder people and tap into the dark side of the Force and cause chaos. Like that's stupid. Like that's a dumb motivation.
So now I wonder, like, what could he have done? Like, what does that mean, right?
Yeah.
So like, you want to wield your power your own way. What does that mean? What do you? I don't like if you're wielding your power and you're not murdering people.
Yeah, then
I don't think anybody's gonna care.
Right? Yeah, because if he would, I mean, I don't even think he needed to make himself known, make his presence known, but he could have just been like, I want to study the dark side of the Force.
Yeah.
But I'll do it in my own corner of the universe.
Right.
I won't come to Coruscant. I won't attack you guys. I won't cause any problems. Yeah. I just want to study this. And then if the Jedi are persecuting him and not letting him do that without him causing any issues, then I get it. I get your plight.
Yeah.
But if it's just like I want to do what I want to do and I don't want you to be able to tell me what to do. It's like, well, you can't kill people.
Yeah.
So
that's just
sorry, pal, but you don't get to do that. Yeah.